All right, Genesis 12. That's where I left off, picking up at 13. In the self-same day entered Noah, and Shem, and Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wives, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creepy thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl shall his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah, unto the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. Now, that's important to note here. It says all flesh. This would be men's races and other people, and not just animals. That's an important thing to keep in mind, I believe. And they that went in male and female, of all flesh, as God had commanded him. And the Lord shut him in. I outline that because that seems it seems almost codic. It seems almost and the Lord shut him in, up in the ark. I don't really know what to make of it, but it just sounds like there's something deeper there as I look at those words. And the Lord shut him in. In a way, we're all shut in that ark in this time that we find ourselves in. And maybe that's... But I can't really put my finger on it, but it seems like something's there. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. Every time I see the waters, I'm thinking of many peoples. Let's see. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heavens were covered. Were covered 15 cubits. Upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered, and all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and cattle and beast, and every creepy thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. I find it interesting that, and something worth making a spiritual note, it says all who had the breath of their nostrils. This is something that happened when God created Adam. But when he created man, a couple of pages before Adam, I don't know that man had the breath of life blown in him or not. Something to ponder on. But all of God's people that had the Spirit, that had God's Spirit, Ruach, in them, they all perished. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life. Let's see, 22, breath. Oh, Shanaha, of life. Spirit, Ruach. I thought that would be Ruach, Appendix 9. And Ruach's basically the breeze of God, the wind of God. It's like a breeze. God likens himself to. Land, and let's see, and all that was on dry land died, and every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creepy things, and the fowl of the heavens, and they were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. 150 bears mentioning. 8. And God remembered Noah and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rains from heavens were restrained, and the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month of the 17th day of the month upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters descended continually into the 10th month, and the 10th month on the 1st day of the month were the tops of the mountains seen. Let's see, I read that right. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. I'm sure these numbers all mean something somewhere down the road. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro. Now a raven should be certainly noteworthy here. Raven's a black bird. Not really a synonymous with good, but more synonymous with death or evil or grim times. So here we got Noah sending out a raven, and which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up and from off the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for her soles of her feet. That sounds like code to me. It sounds like a mystery for the soles of her feet. Why even mention the soles of her feet? Why wouldn't it just be found no rest for her feet? But anyway, these things, you can tell by the way they're worded, it has significance with something, and probably you're going to match up with some other scriptures somewhere else that has a that has meaning. And I see Bully did not put a mark there. They didn't make mention of anything, so we'll just press on. And she returned unto him unto the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her and pulled her into him into the ark. Again he sent forth a dove out of the ark, and the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off, so no one knew that the waters were abated off of the earth. Now funny, we talked about the raven up here, and we didn't get near as much information on the raven. All we know is that the raven came first. We're not told the raven story, but we're told the dove story. So that's interesting. And knew that the waters were abated from off of the earth. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 600th and first year, in the first month of the first day of the month the waters were dried up from off the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And the second month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried. I am going to stop here, because 10 minutes don't last long. And as far as trying to compare this spiritually with carnally, the only thing I see here is some mysteries that are yet not revealed to me. Maybe something's coming to you. If so, put a mention in the comment section. One of the things I find most interesting is the raven. And he sent forth a raven which went forth to and fro. Now the devil used to walk to and fro. Seemed like God asked the devil what he's doing. I think he said he was walking to and fro. It's like God might have even walked to and fro a time or two. Something in the wording here. Until the waters were dried up from off the earth. And then he goes straight into the dove, and all this is information about the dove story. So I find that interesting. And that being said, I'm going to load this video. Thanks you for taking a listen, and we'll see what comes of this.